Basement level vibes with another one, straight up blackness. Aye. Who tell the truth? Mark Brenscop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Brenscop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Brenscop, straight up from the root. Mark Brenscop, who tell the truth? Mark Brenscop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Brenscop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Brenscop, straight up from the root. Mark Brenscop, I do it for the love, him not do it for no money. Straight up, him attack, educating everybody. Big up my friends and big up my family. Turn on the radio, catch the vibes, it's integrity. Straight up, Brenscop stands for unity. One people, one nation, one destiny. Free up the truth in the air, even the blind can see. The deaf can whom, who tell the truth? Mark Brenscop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Brenscop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Brenscop, straight up from the root. Mark Brenscop, who tell the truth? Mark Brenscop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Brenscop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Brenscop, straight up from the root. Mark Brenscop, we have to gather wrong and grab a.
Hey fans, it's karaoke and oldies night this and every Thursday at Club Twilight Sideline Dam, Buxton. Dance to the magical songs of yesteryear by popular DJs and Camps Audio. Admission is free. Come out, let's make memories at Club Twilight Sideline Dam, Buxton North.
Almost caught me by surprise there. Hi, Lemon. How are you doing? Lemon is all up and ready to rock and roll this evening on 107.1 FM. Good night to all of you. What's happening in your neck of the woods? I noticed Beatrice. Beatrice, we get all these names. Beatrice is in Staten Island now and will be heading to Queens. And all the folks, Keith Beresford, how are you? All of you, thank you so much for sharing the link because we got some links to share. And you know, we like to share links, and when we share links, some people, their bumps raised, they get all jittery and all manner of things. And then we get the little minions. And we don't worry much with the little minions. We know how to handle the little political minions. But hey, we have lots of things. Wayne Caesar is at the backstage. In fact, Wayne Caesar said he wanted to check something on the computer screen. Lo and behold, he just decided to click the button. So he's with us tonight. And he is with us tonight. And Rajim Bim, Rajim, how are you doing? Rajin is all the way in Canada. Then he's in New York sometimes. He's all over the place. So Keith Beresford is saying he's normal, right? Kind of hard to figure out who's normal and who's not normal these days. I don't know if Wayne Caesar is normal. Forget it. Wayne, how are you doing? Good night, sir.
Good evening, Mark. I'm doing very, very well. Good evening to all our listeners and viewers. Freedom fighters, let's go. Let's rock and roll. Mr. Bench.
Absolutely. Freedom fighters, let's go. Let's rock and roll. All of you. Linda Campbell, how are you doing? Pamela Grick, how are you? And all the other folks, how are you feeling tonight? I heard that some of them, they got some folks at Kanji, that big house at Kanji. They do listen to us. So can we say good night to all the folks at that big house at Kanji right next to the bridge? Some of them don't have to be at Kanji in that house next to the bridge. Some of them are in politics. We know some of them. Some of them are Looney Tunes. We know some of them. But before we get on to the program, let me ask you, you open the bowling tonight. Wayne Caesar, as he comes in from the northern end, bowling to you on this political show. Over to you. What's on your mind? What do you want to start off with?
We can start off with a boycott tonight. I think that really needs to be addressed tonight. I think we need to kind of put that baby to rest tonight. So why don't we address the boycott?
All right. So let me say hi to some of you again. Claudette Allen again, Brenda Braithwaite. Brenda, I saw you put a photo up on Facebook, man. Brenda. Oh, Brenda. Oh, sorry. I get carried away sometimes. Jason, Benjamin, pressure the clungs. Pressure them. They get lots of clungs, Jason Benjamin. Lots of clungs. Too many clungs. All right. So let me see who else. Sandra Hanover. Hi, Sandra. Desiree Richardson. Hi, Desiree Richardson. Denise Booker, again, good night. How are you doing? And again, I know you guys are going through a situation with the passing of your mom, and condolences again. Charlene, Duis, Tinret, how are you? Candy, Inderjeet. I like that name, Inderjeet. How are you, Candy? All right, and we can't leave out Fideli. Fideli, don't take left. All right, we can't call all of your names, but Mr. Caesar, what about the boycott you want to talk about? Take it over.
Okay, well, Mark, there's been a lot of talk and a lot of call for the boycott to be stopped.
No,
right?
I wouldn't say there's a lot. There's a few. In my opinion, it's the flip side of that. Majority of the people want the boycott. So we can't say a lot. There's not a lot. But go ahead.
Yes, right.
Want to correct that.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you for that correction. Yeah. A lot of let's just put it this way: the insiders, the network. Okay, and when I say network, Mark, there's a network of business people, DJs included, politicians included, pastors included.
Some we got
right. Yes. Not all of them. Not all of them. This is all some. This is all some. Not everybody.
Please say some. Say some. Not a lot. Some. But continue.
They are all a part. Yes. They are all a part of the network. Okay? The money-making network. The network that wants to dictate to the people how they spend their money, how they live, and what they do. Okay? And this boycott, Mark, is having a tremendous impact on those folks. So now you're starting to see everybody starting to belly up, and you're starting to see who is who, because these people are coming out of the woodwork and starting to call, we need to have dialogue and it's not that serious. You hear all these things. But listen, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be lucidly clear here. Businesses and business owners have a right to entertain who they want to entertain. Okay? On the other hand, if they so choose to entertain someone who is an oppressor, and Irfan Ali is an oppressor, okay, then the patrons, the people who support that business, have a right to also take a position that they are no longer supporting that business. So when you look at it, Mark, how can someone objectively say that, hey, the people need to stop the boycott? No, the business had its right and exercised its rights, and the people are exercising theirs. Mark, it's ironic that people are saying, these insiders are saying to stop the boycott, including the guy from the PPP, man, the new PPP MP. What's his name, Mark? Jermaine Figueroa. Yes, Jermaine Figueroa. He's trying to make his voice.
He's actually at APNU.
No, Mark. I know why I said that. I know why.
But go ahead. Go ahead.
He does not act as if he's an opposition MP. Okay, his behavior does not say that he's an MP of the opposition. He behaves like if he's working for the PPPC. Hence the reason I said the new PPPC MP. And Mark, he wants his voice to be heard all the way in North America, in New York, the borough of Brooklyn. But everybody seemed to forget what would have happened to those vendors on the seawall. And people are talking about stop boycott. No, Mark,
All
if
right.
you ask
So,
my opinion,
yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Just stick a pin there
Go
for
ahead.
a second. And good night to all of
Sure.
you who are, many people are saying the boycott continues. There, majority of the people, 95% of the people in Brooklyn are in favor of the boycott. We see Gully God saying, why should the boycott be called off when the damage was done by them? And so the damage was done by them. They have some individuals, Nimakarams and so forth, because they're close to X person that owns a business. Oh, they wanted to be called off and their bumps raised and so forth and so on. They're only throwing fuel to the to this whole situation that it is not going to be called off. At least I am not in support of calling off any boycott at this point in time, or to tell people anything other than to continue the boycott. Story done. Who vex, let them vex. And some people like to talk about holding other people accountable and all these sort of things, but they're not holding their own friends accountable for attempting to destroy the Brooklyn community. It is not going to stop. Now, I agree with Golly God. Other people, we have Original Blackman saying, I support that they support the boycott. Colin Barnwell said, when these non-woke Africans go live, someone tag, of course, tag him so that they can put abuse out on those individuals who love to talk crap. But at the end of the day, the boycott continues. Story done. I noticed Esquibano is saying, what's boycott? Holy smoke. Esquibano is asking, what's B-O-I-C-U-T? It's boycott. It's a barber. You go to here and you take a boycott. Thank you, Esquibano. Buenas noches. Let's see what Leighton Charles is saying. The only right way to fix the wrong is to come clean to the community and do the honorable thing. Apologize publicly. We can't go wrong. What is your take on what Mr. Charles said there, please? Sorry.
Mark, you know what?
Wait.
I absolutely agree 100% with Mr. Charles. And the business owners should have done this quite a few days ago. The longer you stretch this out, the more sincere people are going to believe that your apology is not sincere at all. Okay? The more you stretch this out, it's the more damage also you do to your reputation and your business. So, hey, it's in the hands of the business owner here, Mark. And listen, this boycott exercise. Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
No. Go ahead. Finish your point. But I was going to say that this is what the business people should have done in the beginning, what Leighton Charles is saying. Accept that, look, that members of the community are hurt, and therefore it wasn't their intention to hurt the community, that they have been part of the community. They've got to get proper PR people. They can't get individuals who throw tantrums and idiotic individuals who can't solve a problem, but jumping to solve other people's problems. It is not going to work. And so the more they have these idiotic individuals pretending to defend them, the more people are going to fight back. And the more we call on people to fight back in numbers. People are fighting back not only in Brooklyn, they're fighting back from all parts of the United States of America. And we say kudos to those individuals. Go ahead, make your point, please. I think we probably might take some call over at my number. But go ahead, sir. Yeah, go ahead, Mr.
Right,
Siegler.
I think we lost Mr. Benchcop there.
No, you didn't lose me. Go ahead, make your point, please. Yeah.
Yes. No, Mark, your point. Your point is well taken. Listen, this is a position where this boycott exercise is actually having a major impact, right? And many from the inside who is involved is requesting that it be stopped. But if you ask me, if you ask my opinion, I've been calling for this a long time. And I would even move it outside of Brooklyn and place it in Guyana. The people of Guyana, Brooklyn is showing you how you can get the attention of government, because a lot of those massive businesses in Guyana, they support the PPPC. And when you support them, you're basically supporting your oppressors. A lot of you complain about the Chinese in your villages and these type of things. Listen, the Chinese would not be in your village unless you're supporting them. I know it may cost a few more dollars for you to go and purchase from the little mom and pop shop around the corner, but you know what's interesting about that? When you purchase from that little mom and pop shop on the corner, the revenue is staying in your village. When you purchase from the Chinese, the revenue does not stay in your in your village. So you guys need to understand that. It may cost a little more, but understand also that you're playing from behind. In order to
No,
catch up, you got to
good.
support your businesses.
Well said
Mr.
there,
Bell,
Mr. Caesar.
Mr.
Let's
Yeah,
go to
go
this.
ahead.
Lou Peterkin, sorry, is saying here the business people think Guyanese in Brooklyn and its environs need to know we are critical thinkers, and nobody's going to try to bully the people of Brooklyn into putting their hands up and surrendering. It is not going to happen. And those who are attempting to do it do not have what it takes to get it done. Simple as that. Get to the table, as Leighton Charles indicated, apologize to the people, and at least that's going to be a start. A start. We have a caller. Good night to you, Quinaries. How are you? Hello. Hello. Good night. I'm not sure. We probably have some technical problems. Hi, good night. Can you hear me? Hello.
Hello.
Hi, good night. Good night, Quinaries. How are you? You want to add your comment, your thoughts on the boycott in Brooklyn?
Well, I think it's in perfect divine time that it's taking place because it's long overdue. It's time for our people to collectively come together in one accord and stand up for what is right. And it's really and truly been a long time coming. So I'm excited about the change that I'm seeing. And I trust that the people in Guyana would really follow suit.
What makes you so excited about this whole development, the boycott?
Because it's just long overdue. I mean, how long are our people going to sleep? You know, just like Bob Marley said, how long are they going to kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? You know, and if New York took the lead on it, fine. You know, hopefully that would inspire the people of Guyana to move forward collectively and put God first. Because what is going on in Guyana is that they're separated from their God within. They're looking for a God to come from out of the sky to save them. There's no God coming from the sky to save them. The God is within them. So they better know that when Jesus the Christ came on earth, who was a black man, he said, greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. If he that is in the world trying to rob you, kill you, degrade you, you know, do all these terrible things, then go within and get that power and start moving it. So the people in Brooklyn know the truth. So they are leading the way. So the people in Guyana need to get together collectively. You can't do it by yourself. It has to be done collectively. And they have to rise up and stop being afraid. Afraid of what? When you're afraid, you're giving the enemy power.
Were you surprised? And you're correct. When you become afraid, you give the enemy's power. Were you surprised that those few individuals took a man to Brooklyn who is oppressing people, who look like them back there in Guyana, and they just don't give a damn by bringing those people into the community? Were you surprised?
No, I wasn't, because we always have to remember what for up the drink. Okay? We always have to remember that. And some of them, are so blind, that they would be led by the enemy, because they forget right away, they forget who they are. I was not surprised, because so many things go on in Guyana. I'm not surprised.
What is your take with some folks who say, man, is black on black is black people business, and you only hurting black people? What is your take on that?
That is a bunch of nonsense. That's a cop-out. Those are people, who have no faith in themselves, don't know who they are, and they have forgotten completely who we are as a people. We're kings and queens. We're not peasants. These people need to wake up. Wake up and realize, that we came from a great heritage of great people. If Coffee and Akara was like that, where would we be today? So it's like, what the heck is going on? Like the little child say, what the heck? Y'all better wake up.
Wake them up. Wake them up, Quinary. Wake them up. Wake them up. Do you think?
Man, let me tell you something. What the people in Brooklyn is doing is waking them up. Because if the people in Brooklyn is all the way here in America and they see the need, hopefully it will catch on.
What do you say to some folks, not a heck of a lot, some folks who are objecting to this boycott and saying that it's dividing the Brooklyn community? Your take, please.
Well, they're ignorant if they're going to say something like that. And yes, I said it because I'm not afraid of none of you. Okay? I walk with God. God is in me. God is all around me. And most of all, Archangel Michael walks with each and every one of us. I mean, they need to wake up and stop being punks. That's what they need to stop doing, being punks. Each and every one of them who would say something like that, they are nothing but ass kissers. That's what they are. They have no soul about them. They have given up their life. They've given up their soul, and they have no belief. They're separated from the God in them, and that's the problem, and God is just waiting, for us to really collectively come together and make this happen. And it can happen. Because we are a powerful people. We ain't a bunch of kunumunus. We are highly intelligent beings. We came from kings and queens, and we are kings and queens walking the earth right now. And this is no glamorous thing. This is a spiritual warfare that we're in. So we cannot allow the enemy to win. I mean, I don't understand why Ghana, of all places, would be giving out an award to someone who is killing people in Guyana, black people in Guyana every day. I mean, that really got to my ricketic, really and truly.
Ricketic, continue. Here's a quick question for you again, as it pertains to the way forward. And how do we proceed? And I think Wayne has asked a question too sometime before. He did a heck of a good job on his show last Saturday. But what's the way forward in all of this? Yes, boycott continues, but what's the way forward?
The way forward is for our people to come together, whether in small groups or large groups, and really and truly get back to serving the true and living God and our celestial ancestors. Our great ancestors are waiting for us to call on them. I mean, where ignorance is bliss, it's folly to be wise. However, we have been indoctrinated for centuries to think that when our people, our relatives, and our great men and women pass on, that, they're resting in heaven somewhere. No, they are not. They are here walking and talking with us. Sometimes they appear in dreams. Sometimes they whisper to us. Sometimes they talk to us. We have to call on our ancestors, start venerating our ancestors, and get closer to the God. Start a prayer vigil. Start big prayers. Get the drums out. Pull the drums out, and start calling up our ancestors and ask them to help and calling upon the God within to assist you. Put God first, and then everything will start working out. And we ain't talking about being religious and holier than thou. We're talking about being spiritual. Reconnect with your spiritual self. And when God sees you all are definitely coming together in love, because love conquers all. Because love is really all there is. And if all of you come together, all of us come together, wherever we are, all over the world, in one accord, we can conquer the devil that is walking and talking in these weaklings who pretending to be strong. We are stronger than them, much more powerful than them, day and night, all day long.
What if, and thank you so much for that, in terms of, Mr. Caesar, before I ask my next question, I'm sure you have something on your mind. Maybe you want to ask Quinary. Go ahead, sir.
No, I listen. She is on point with everything, and just based on the fact that she invoked also, religious, she add religion to it, and she remind us of our ancestors, and where, we should be pivoting ourselves, because right now what the PPPC is doing specifically in Guyana, they are pivoting the people away from their values, okay, and instilling their own values upon the people. So one of the last lost art in Guyana now, you find that people are not going to church, Mark, the way they used to. You find that people, they do not believe in prayer. They do not believe in family gatherings the way they used to. So we've lost a lot of our values. And, she is saying, we need to get back to those. And I could not have agreed more.
Well said. Quinaries, thank you so much, dear Wayne Season. Thank you. I'm looking at some of your comments there. I saw Sherwin Green and his comment. Interesting, Sherwin. We'll have a conversation about that. I'm not against it. I think we all need a spiritual awakening. Do you believe that those who brought the oppressor, Irfan Ali, into Brooklyn should apologize to the community as the starting of the healing process?
I don't think they will apologize because they feel that they're doing the right thing. I don't think it matters whether they apologize or not, because you have to leave them and they'll come home with their tails behind them. You have to leave them. Those who brought them in, they're actually saying exactly who they are. They are the enemy. So therefore, you have to leave them alone and forward and make your plan. Do what you have to do. And I am not saying that we must start going to church, because the church is you. You are the church. I'm saying that, and I'm not talking about religion either, because there's no religion. The only religion there is love. I'm talking about awakening, a spiritual awakening, because enough of the religion, because religion has divided us, okay? So we don't need that. We need just one-on-one communication with your God in you. Find your God. Reconnect with your God in you. Whatever you call your God, whether it's Allah, Jah, Yahweh, Jesus, but I want people to understand that picture that most of them have in their home with this boy looking like Michelangelo that they call in Jesus, they better take it down tonight, because they're worshiping the wrong person. They need to look in the mirror, and that's where they'll find Christ. Okay? And they need to just start back praying. And that is what the gentleman just said. They don't pray no more. So if you have a disconnection with your God and you that sustains you, then you're in trouble. Then you're open to any witch spirit to come and take you over and do whatever it wants to do with you. So those people who invited the enemy, they are lost. And they will hopefully come home with their tails behind them, because you leaders are going to do what you all know is right, and you all know what to do.
36 minutes after 9 o'clock. When you saw Irfan invading people's kitchen, jumping in people's kitchen, clapping roti, and all these sort of things, what is your take on that, please, Canary?
I was disgusted. I was truly disgusted. First of all, he didn't wash his hands, okay? And he there turning roti and clapping roti. And then with his nasty hands, is going to give all of them it to eat. Who knows what the heck was on his hand when he gave them that roti to eat? It's stupid. Are you stupid or what? Are you born in Hubity or something? I mean, please, I couldn't believe what I was saying. What I was seeing. I was livid to see how my people has become so paggly and stupidly under the enemy. I mean, do you know how horrible you look to the world? I mean, it's shameful. We come from Guyana. Oh my God. What the heck is this?
Dan, I want you to listen to this here, please. And thanks, Wayne, also for your patience as we
Sure.
Entertaining Quinary. Quinary, I want you to listen to this here, please.
Okay.
Take responsibility. We want you to look out for us. We do not want no segregation. No. We are one people. And if we're going to do it, let's do it together. Because we have respect for you. Thank you.
So you heard there.
Yeah.
Because we have respect for you. We who? Talk about that, please.
Well, you know, we who are the traitors, that's what that means to me. You know, all of us traitors, you know, who have turned their backs on their God and their ancestors and all the hard work and all the people who have died and who have been killed over the years in Guyana. Yeah, that's what they're talking about. We the strippity, paggly, blind bats who have no value for ourselves. This is what we believe in. But nobody is going to follow that. We're infinitely intelligent beings. You know, so we can't go along with that.
Certainly can't at all. 39 minutes after. Quinary, I don't know. You said that even an apology, it wouldn't come from their heart. They probably wouldn't mean. But
don't waste time. Don't waste time for that. Forward ever, backward never. If they are to catch up, you know, they'll catch up. As far as I'm concerned, they've already defiled themselves. They've already shown who they are. We're living in a time now where everything is really remaking history. Okay? History and herstory. So if that's the history and herstory that they're making, you know, they will have to deal with the karma that comes with that. We're on the winning side because we're on the side of God. God wants us to be liberated. You know, he wants us to be free, to be all that we are created to be. And this is not our plan. This is God's plan for us. You know, this is our divine birthright. You know, we're fighting for. So this is a spiritual warfare. This has nothing to do with flesh and blood. You know, so we will continue to stand firm and fearlessly because there's nothing to fear. Why would we fear punks? Why would we fear enemies who have no power other than what we give to them?
What message, as we prepare to, I know we've had you on for a while and we really do appreciate it, Quinaries, but especially those who are in Brooklyn watching right now, what advice you have for them to sustain this boycott? And also the fact that others are watching on outside of Brooklyn. There are those in Guyana as well. But what advice you have for people who are watching and holding on as hope this boycott is going to sustain and is going to spread into other areas? Your advice.
I would say the very same thing. Continue to get deeper and deeper into your true and living God within. Follow the guidance and do what God is telling you to do. And collectively, when you move collectively, you'll be able to be more than conquerors.
All right. Before we go, before we say good night to Queen Aries, Mr. Caesar, you have any question for her or any quick statement on that?
No, Mark, that was well said, well put. Nothing to add. Just
Well,
that I agree 100% with everything that was said there.
well said, well put. Anything else you wish to add, Queen Aries? Even as we look, dozens of folks at the seawall got their stalls broken down. We have the people at Mocha going through hardship in terms of their businesses ransacked, broken down. People in Linden. Talk a little bit about what's happening. You've been reading about Guyana.
Well, all those things that are going on back there, again, they have to mount up like eagles from within themselves and be brave and bold collectively and make changes, because that type of thing will not continue unless you allow it. It makes no sense calling your neighbor and complaining about what's going on and this and that. Instead, call your neighborhood together over by your home and talk about the solution and what are we going to do collectively. Because no one is going to come after you if you are armed with the Holy Spirit coming from within you and your ancestors. Because you have the power to speak the word into manifestation and make them all scatter. You see, all you don't know, all your power, all you don't know what you have inside of you. And this experience that you're having, my people back home, is for your awakening. How long are you going to continue to be trampled? You're bigger than that. You're wiser than that. You're stronger than that. And you're not down here by yourself. Because I remember years ago when we were fighting the other folks down, you know, there were some real ignores who said, oh God, I can't wait for Jesus to come down and save me from this big devil down here. Man, I got in my ricketts immediately because I couldn't believe that people in my country was thinking like that. Well, nobody ain't coming down from heaven. Jesus is not bursting through the skies, my people. Because, first of all, a man in a picture on your wall ain't bursting through no sky. Jesus the Christ, Yahshua, is already walking the earth. Okay? So you better call it quick from within you and be empowered collectively with a whole lot of other people and break the neck of this evil. Because these people know that you all are separated from your God. That is why they can take advantage of you by giving you a little penny here and a dollar here, and y'all think that's big money. Okay? Well, y'all better wake up and know greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. He that is in the world has come to steal and destroy you. So wake up. It's time to rise, my people. Rise.
Thank you so much, Queen Aries. Many of you can log on to her Facebook page, Queen Aries. You can't miss it. Lots of people are asking that you return. I think we should do this back sometime soon to have you again, maybe on Friday or maybe on Monday. But we really do appreciate your call and your insights. Thank you so much, Queen Aries.
You're welcome, and it's always a pleasure. I love my people, and I just want to see them rise. I want to see them become all that they're created to be. Oh, you don't let my hand fall, yeah? It's time to rise. And I love you, love you, like I love good home cooked food from Guyana.
Roti.
Yes, indeed.
Yep, a clap in a roti later on. So watch out. I'm gonna say catch this. Thank you so much.
Okay, good show.
Thank you so much, Queen Aries. Appreciate
All
it.
right, you're
Yeah.
welcome. Bye for now.
Thank you so much, Queen Aries.
You're welcome.
My good friend there in the United States of America. Always nice and pleasure talking to her. We notice here, Wayne, Aquarius Sevens is saying the game is over. Reality is the new order. Reality. They've gotten a serious wake-up call that they never, ever imagined would have happened. That is why, folks, you've got to continue with the protest. When the game is over, reality is the new order. Take it over.
Well, Mark, that is accurate because what's happening right now, this boycott exercise is having an impact. So yes, now they're actually seeing the reality now. And listen, this is a big find here. You know, when this boycott action started, many didn't think that it would have, pick up the way it has picked up, and it would have had the impact that it is currently having. But it is a good thing. It is an edge for the people. Now, this is a weapon that the people has now, So let's see what happens from here on. And listen, Mark, for those businesses that are unwilling to come out and apologize, you have to understand, when you own a business, especially a food business, it is the community that makes that business. Okay? And when you offend the community, you have to have a good strategy in place to try to mitigate that impact. And what I'm seeing here is atrocious. These are very, very bad business people. And they're going to pay the price because, Mark, the way that this is picking up, listen, it could become a situation, Mark, where some of these businesses are never, ever going to be relevant again. And some of these people who are involved in bringing this oppressor into Brooklyn may never be relevant again.
We have a caller on the line. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Bernskap and Mr. Caesar. Pleasure to be verbally on your show tonight. I just want to say that these people, Pam and Steve in Brooklyn, New York, are you guys blind? Are you not really seeing and hearing what's going on in Guyana? I personally get family that's suffering like dog in Guyana. And this is what y'all going to do? Yeah, so I'm really, this boycott got continue forever. Y'all could apologize, but it's not going to be accepted. But y'all not seeing, man, what Barjagio did, Barjagio sent out to finally to destroy the black people in Guyana and in America. He taken that way he could stay in Guyana and destroy us all. And to show the international community, this thing about racism is lie. Look, these people embrace and hugging we. So it's just a few people talking about this thing. No, this thing is real, bro. They get people suffering like dog in Guyana. Black people in East India, people, American people suffering like real dog, man. I personally suffer like dog under Barjag deal. So, and then to see Pam and Steve and them that this man in community and disrespecting us like this. This is not just this is a disrespect to all of us, bro. And I feel it personally. I was like a one knuckle Pam and Steve. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we won't want to get to that point. Indeed.
I'm just using a metaphor, but
that's
seriously, it's crazy. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, boycott today, boycott tomorrow, and to them guys, please don't say no to fear. We boycotting, and the rope is over these people's head, and you got to keep it over there. Right now, Barjag is in a position where he's fumbling for words. You understand? He's just there. You got to look at Barjag, new facial expression, and you're going to see the timidity. This man is a weakling. And it's just fear that guy, he's got to break free from that stupid spell, man. If y'all need motivation, y'all go and get a picture with the farm, Sam's born, mechanical, y'all want to look at it. Better yet, get an audio recording of its speech or of his speech and listen to it. So y'all quite listen to this man. Thank you.
Thank you so much, caller. Appreciate it. And good night for those of you who are now joining us. My name is Mark Benchap. With me this evening is Wayne Caesar. The boycott is stretching out on the show itself. Lots of people are annoyed. People are upset. There are a few Looney Tunes, and this is what the Looney Tunes are saying. And I want you guys, if you disagree or agree, let me know. There are a few Looney Tunes who are saying that I am suddenly the person who is dividing the Brooklyn community. Do you guys think that I am the one who is dividing the community? Wayne, what's your thought on that, please?
Mr. Benchcop, I disagree with that statement that you are dividing the community. When you look at Brooklyn, you have a melting pot of people. Okay, so if the people want to divide, they could have divided based on race. When you look at Brooklyn, you have, more so people who vote Democrat, but you also have Republicans in Brooklyn. You have people who go to different churches. There's a whole lot of things in Brooklyn. So there's no trying to segregate people and all these type of things. Those individuals that would have sneaked Irfan Ali into Brooklyn. Now, if you wanted Irfan Ali to come into Brooklyn, you announce to the people of Brooklyn that Irfan Ali is going to be coming into Brooklyn so that the people could come out and protest him correctly. Don't sneak him in. And then when you're finished, you're saying Mr. Benchcop is trying to separate and segregate the people. No, that is absolutely not the case, Mark. This boycott exercise must continue. It must. And I encourage the people in Guyana to look at what the people in Brooklyn is currently doing and the impact that it is having and use it. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. I do believe they are watching. They're being inspired by this. It's going to get bigger. It's going to get better. Caller, good night and welcome to Straight Up.
Yeah, good night, Mr. Benchcop.
Good night, sir.
For me, I'm enjoying your show. And I'm boycotting until...
Go ahead.
Pardon me?
Yeah, we're listening to you. Go ahead, sir.
For me, I'm enjoying your show. And I'm boycotting until election come.
Okay. Why do you feel the need to boycott until elections?
Because they use those photo op for their election campaign.
Yep, they did. You feel that what Irfan did and whoever organized for him to be in Brooklyn is a disrespect to the entire community?
100%.
100%. What's the way forward, you think? You said you're going to boycott until after elections, What is the way forward?
We need to keep our money in our pocket and find better avenues to do with our money.
Got you. What do you say to folks who say, well, when you boycott those businesses, you are boycotting a fellow African Guyanese business? What is your take on that?
I know that you're boycotting a fellow African Guyanese. There's just one person, but no, I'm not getting you there.
Yeah, go ahead. We're listening to you, sir.
Yeah, say that is just one person, but the mass is feeling the squeeze.
Got you. Yeah. Thank you so much, caller. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Yeah. Mr. Caesar, go ahead.
Yeah, Mark, let me say one thing. Oppression and marginalization doesn't have race. Okay? It can happen to anyone. So with this business being boycott, it doesn't matter whether the business is Afro-American owned, Afro-Guyanese owned, or whatever the case may be. Okay? The major issue here, everybody's focusing boycott. Boycott is a repercussion of what would have happened. The major issue here is that an oppressor was sneaked into Brooklyn. And Brooklynites have a problem with that. Okay? You don't wait until the middle of the night and sneak people on the ground into Brooklyn. It don't work out like that. And this is the same position the people of Guyana need to be taking. The same exact position. Don't worry about people within the party that you may be voting for who is friends with these people. No. Go ahead, be careful, and spend your money at the right places. Okay? Don't spend your money where people want you to spend your money. Understand this. Consumers is who runs this world, you know. Without consumers, there is nothing moving. Without consumers, there's no business across the board. So all these big major business people in Guyana, you know, the ones who are not credible, I'm not calling out every business owning Guyana, but the ones who are not credible, the ones who are supporting the oppressors, identify them and boycott their businesses. That is what Guyanese need to be doing. Okay, you guys don't want to come out and protest because of fear. Okay, now you can have a major impact with the way you spend your money.
And
nobody
that
can
certainly
dictate to you
Caesar,
where you spend your
that,
money.
that major
Over to you,
impact on
Mr.
how you
Bench.
spend the major impact on how you spend your money. You've got to start thinking smart. Now, I have some of those folks who brought Irfan Ali into Brooklyn to disrespect. Some of them I've known, some of them are my friends. One of them is a relative of mine. And so when it comes to standing up for the community, I have to take a position on behalf of the community. In the process, I may lose one or two friends. Some relatives may not talk to me, but I can live with that. I am prepared to live with that. The cause is bigger than me. It is bigger than any one business there in Brooklyn. And the fact that they went into Brooklyn with Irfan Ali, it is a disrespect to me. It is a disrespect to you. It is a disrespect to every member of the community. Caller, good night.
Good night to you, Wayne. Now, today, Mark,
One second. One second, please. One second, please. Rhonda Lane, everybody. Rhonda Lane. Good night to Kadaki, Amsterdam. We got one of your fans with us here tonight. Rhonda, good night, my friend. How are you?
Yes, good night, Mark and Wayne again.
Yeah.
Reporting live. Now, today, Mark, I agree with the boycott. You see what those businesses don't understand. You see, the visit of Infant Ali to the business is a stepping stone to destroy, because Infant Ali knows that once he put foot, he knew what would have been the onslaught. And when he's finished, when it is completed, because you know outside how things does trend and crash, especially at the stock exchange. And then you do like inside the trading. When those businesses become extinct and nobody is supporting it, Barra, they will buy those business by far lower than what it is estimated at. Your economists will know that we're moving along. Now, Mark, you know I was a nurse. Well, today I took it upon myself to go to the rally, the Labor Day rally. I'm a retired person. I'm 63. You walk up to 55 in Guyana. Anyway, I got some medical. I went to represent the medical team. Now the doctor's salary is 360,000 Guyana dollars before tax. The staff nurse midwife in Guyana, I don't know what it is equivalent to in America. It is 207,675 dollars. That is before it is being taxed. Now from that 207,000, you have to extract $8,000. That is the meals allowance that is given to nurses. That is the staff nurse. The people were so afraid I was not able to get a RN or a registered nurse's salary. The next person's salary I tried to get, it was the midwives, and they are $140,575. And from that 140,000, you extract in 8,000. Then you got to take out NIS. You got to pay as you earn, and I don't know what the taxes they take out. But NIS is a must, and pay as you earn. All right. The single trained midwife salary is 140,500 and something. The nursing assistant salary, it is 122,000, I think 650 something dollars. And from the 122,600 and something, you're extracting 8,000. You put 8,000 in that money is the meals allowance that has brought it to 1,000.
So basically, Rhonda, with all the stuff and the salaries and all these things, things are adding up, right?
No, things are adding up, and they're in the mark. Now the doctors in Guyana, the government work week, it is 40 hours they pay you for. But now, because of what is going on, doctors in Guyana have to work 40, the normal 40, plus they have to add to that 40 hours 2 extra shifts of 2 days. They got to work 2 12-hour shifts, and 3 days they work in 2 8-hour shifts. So you understand the adverse conditions the doctors are working under in Guyana.
Well,
when all of that is said, now imagine they are going to Bangladesh to bring nurses. We do not know if these people who they are bringing are qualified nurses. They will be given $1,000 tax-free. Plus, they got added allowance, plus free living arrangements. So you see what is happening in the medical facilities in Guyana. So I took it on myself to make a placard and display at Labor Day rally today. But I wasn't given the chance to say anything. Now nurses in Guyana, we strike years ago. That's when I used to work for risk allowance and night premiums. That was never given to the nurses. And to date, risk allowance and night premiums are not ever given to the nurses in Guyana. The doctors should get that too. They don't get it. So there is one way where this country is continuing to rob one set of workers, mainly the medical workers.
Thank you so much, Rhonda. And another thing, I know it's Labor Day, and you were out there along with the thousands of other workers who are being deprived of a proper wage. Thank you so much, and I salute you for your bravery. When are you guys going back in front of the GCOM?
Oh, GCOM, I'm going there Tuesday.
Tuesday. How many of you guys usually
I was not.
How many of you guys are usually there now?
Oh, well, I understand yesterday because I didn't go. They had 9 persons. But Mark, I'll tell you, I'm 63. I got to study one thing with finances, and I got to study my health. So if I had gone yesterday to GCOM, I would not have able to go out today and do that what I did today for the workers.
Thank you.
So I gave up GCOM yesterday to be present today.
Thank you so much, Lord. Appreciate, and looking forward to hearing you tomorrow morning on Kadaki's show.
Oh yes.
Thank you so much, Rhonda. We love you. Take care. Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Wayne, as we prepare to go, lots of people are talking about the boycott. They're in favor of the boycott. it's going to spread into other areas, but we are monitoring right now. We're not jumping to say which area, whatever. We're monitoring the situation. I know where I will be spending my money in Brooklyn, and not only Brooklyn. I've always been cautious as to where and who I spend my money with. In closing, let us get your closing remarks. Mr.
Yeah.
Caesar?
Yeah, Mark.
Yep, your closing remarks, please.
Listen, all I would, yes, I'm here, Mark. Can you hear me? Yes, yes, sure. Mark, I would say to the people, both in the diaspora and in Guyana, yes, we have to be very conscious of where we spend our money. Listen, this is a fight, okay? It's a massive fight. And where we spend our money can determine, yes, can determine where we go and where this fight goes. I encourage especially my brothers and sisters in Guyana, and like the sister would have said earlier in the program, you guys need to wake up. You need to start examining yourselves, okay? And you need to move away from that fear that you have. She was saying to get in touch with that inner spirit. Yes, once you have a relationship with that inner spirit, you will fear nothing or no one. Okay? You need to stand up. Guyana belongs to you. We see what is happening. These guys are trying to steal your country away from you. You know what that means for your children, your grandchildren, and future generations? It means that they would have absolutely nothing, and their quality of life is going to be atrocious. You don't want that to happen when you can make an impact right now. Remember, Guyana was handed over to us in good shape by our foreparents and ancestors. We need to do the same for the generations to follow us. Okay? And I'm not saying this for no specific race. I'm saying this for all 6 ethnic groups. We have to work. We have to be colluded, glued together, all of us together. This is about right and wrong. This is not about voting along race lines. It's about right and wrong. And until we get to 2025, we have to keep the PPPC on their back foot. We have to continue to hold their feet to the fire. And let's remember, no matter if an alley was sneaked into Brooklyn, those businesses and those individuals that would have sneaked him into Brooklyn is now facing the repercussions. In Guyana, you people need to start having the PPPC face the repercussions for the atrocities that they are committing against you. My brothers and sisters, continue to stand strong. We are in a fight, but we will be victorious. Mark, thank you for having me.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Wayne Caesar, and thank you so much to all the people who have tuned in tonight to watch and listen to us on 107.1 FM. Thanks to all of our callers, Quinaries, thank you so much. Thanks to Rhonda and the other caller as well, Rhonda Lane, thank you all. And to you, I know I've noticed Mr. Barnwell was asking for the number. Sorry about that, Colin Barnwell, but maybe we can open the lines tomorrow again. Maybe. We'll see how that goes. But for now, God bless all of you and be smart about spending your money. The boycott will continue. And we're hearing something about somebody apologize. We have never seen an apology. Even if they did and they put it on the page, they took it down. Something isn't regular. Something isn't regular. The boycott continues. Call your friends, call your relatives, and let them know the boycott continues in Brooklyn. Y'all know where to spend y'all money, and y'all know where not to spend y'all money. And wherever y'all don't spend y'all money, let me say, we respect you. We respect how you spend your money. Thank you so much, Mr. Caesar. And to all of you again, God bless you. See you tomorrow, same place, same time. So long.
Good night.
How we gonna do a body man walk right now? You ready? Boxer, let me go now. Hear me sing now. Body walk, body walk, body walk, everything. Body walk, jump, body walk, body walk, body walk, everything. Body, me say, body jump, body.
Hey fans, it's karaoke and oldies night this and every Thursday at Club Twilight Sideline Dam, Buxton. Dance to the magical songs of yesteryear by popular DJs and Camps Audio. Admission is free. Come out, let's make memories at Club Twilight Sideline Dam, Buxton North.
It's integrity. Straight up and SCAP stands for unity. One people, one nation, one destiny. Free up the truth in the air, even the blind can see. The deaf can need it, don't contact the cripple can walk. Who tell the truth? Mark and stop. Defend the ghetto youth. Mark and stop. Registration is the truth. Mark and stop. Straight up from the root.
Oh, Jesus Christ, if cost of living double, I don't know what happened. A pound of sugar is $300 already. Flour, everything gone up. Everything just raising. You gotta get about $40,000 for buy good ration. You gotta get 3 man now. A weekend man, a monthly man, and a fortnight man.